What is going on, all you wonderful A-plusers out there? It is I, Stuart, here once again. This time I'm going to be breaking down the Stargirl panel from DC Fandome. That is right, everyone. DC Fandome Day 2 is now started, and it's not quite like it was with the first day, where essentially every event was laid out and you would basically have one event after another, then after another. And what happened those 2 weeks ago is me, Adam, and Indy on our Facebook page, we essentially would review each panel as they came out. By the way, just FYI for you guys who are wondering, those videos will actually be uploaded onto this channel by the end of next week. They've all actually technically been uploaded, but you know, I didn't want to really overwhelm the channel by having them all be up at once. So over the next week, essentially 2 videos will be uploaded a day. So you'll have 2 videos on Monday, 2 videos on Tuesday, and you'll get to see our breakdown of essentially the Snyder Cut, of the Batman trailer, of you know, Wonder Woman, all that stuff. You know, it's all coming next week, but for now, you guys can listen to our thoughts on upcoming DC television shows and the panels and what we've learned so far about these. So definitely, you know, keep an eye out, because I know Adam is going to be talking about Black Lightning, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe Indy is going to be talking about Batwoman soon. Me personally, I'm going to be talking, of course, as you guys know, Stargirl, and of course, there's also a Legends panel that I'm really excited to cover as well. But you know, the one thing I'm going to give you a quick disclaimer on, you know, these videos are, at least on my end, I don't know about Adam and Indy, but on my end, they're going to be kind of short, because there really isn't too much to say about these panels in terms of what we can really expect going forward into season 2, especially with Stargirl. There is quite a few things that were essentially kind of left out when it comes to knowing what we can expect, because I don't even know if the showrunners really know what to expect yet, because the show obviously hasn't been filming. None of them really have, except for Batwoman. And even then, like, the recordings of this panel came way before they even started production on Batwoman. So even on that end, we still don't quite know what we can expect from these upcoming shows too much. But there were a few hints here and there that I'm definitely going to be breaking down. Number one, first hint, and this isn't in any particular order of what I think was the best hint and what's the worst hint. First hint that I want to get out of the way there is that, yes, and if you remember back in season 1, there was a specific pen that Stargirl was using, and that essentially Pat warned her about, telling her that it was one of the most dangerous weapons within the Justice Society, like, home base. But of course, you know, in order to spite him, because she was kind of a brat earlier on in the season, she just decides to use it. Nothing happens. But of course, we get like a little hint of something. Jeff Johns did say that there would be payoff for that coming this next season, so that is you know, the first hint that we have of Stargirl season 2. Hint number 2, we might be getting some Justice Society members coming back. Now, if you look at the ending of Stargirl season 1, we did see a return of Starman. However, you know, if you guys saw my review of it on Facebook, you know that I personally do not think this is actually Starman. I think they are really just trying to throw us off, and come season 2, there's going to be some big twist about him being either a shapeshifter or a twin brother, something super cheesy. It's a comic book show, so there's like a million different things. I personally don't expect it to be Starman. Now, with that being said, I do think we will get some old school Justice Society members. Now, who can we possibly expect? Well, a couple suggestions I have is maybe Alan Scott's Green Lantern. We do know that there's a Green Lantern television series coming out. However, it has yet to be specified what universe it's going to be taking place in. They haven't said if it's going to be Arrowverse, DC Extended Universe, you know, Titans, Doom Patrol, Stargirl, or any of those 3 universes. But with that being said, it would be kind of cool, a cool way to hype up the show. Whether or not it's in the Stargirl universe, which I highly doubt it will be. I feel like Stargirl's trying to be its own universe separate from everything else. However, it would still be a way to hype people up for a Green Lantern show by introducing Green Lantern within Stargirl. Whether or not Alan Scott's Green Lantern is even going to be in the other Green Lantern show, it's still kind of a way to let the audience know, hey, Green Lantern still exists, and hey, there's a show coming. Keep your eyes open for it. It is going to be coming soon. I feel like Alan Scott would be the most logical, especially because both him and a few others, we haven't actually seen bodies, and when it comes to the rule of television, if you don't see a body bag, they're not necessarily dead yet. And so I feel that could be the case with Alan Scott and Jay Garrett. And I think another hint of this could also come in the idea of they might have been around longer than most of the Justice Society of America, because there's definitely some hints that the JSA in the universe of Stargirl has been around for a long time. So like even before Stars and Stripes were a thing, I guess Starman and Stripey, before Starman and Stripey were like members of the Justice Society, there's a huge hint that they have been founded years ago. It would be kind of cool in general if we do get like kind of a full-on history lesson of the Justice Society within this universe. Did they start during World War II era? Have they been around, only during the 2000s? And who were the founders of the JSA? Was maybe Superman a member of the JSA when it first started? Like he was, I believe he was a founding member in the comic, but I could be wrong about that. I know that he was at some point in the early Golden Age, he was a member of the JSA, but I'm not 100% sure. But I would love to see kind of hints leaning towards that area. And then the third hint that we got from this panel, and it wasn't even really a hint, this was actually one of the few things that were straight up directly said by Jeff Johns, and that is that Solomon Grundy will return. His story is not over, which doesn't surprise me. Now, there are quite a few people that I know are really worried with Stargirl moving to the CW, and it has been confirmed that Stargirl's budget will be a little bit lower than it was in Stargirl season 1. None of this is really surprising. However, they did also go on to say that a lot of the hard work has already been done. They're still going to be filming in the same area. A lot of the costumes have already been made, and same with a lot of the CG has been pre-rendered. So essentially the only expenses when it comes to Stripes and Solomon Grundy is actually animating it. They don't have to worry about building it from the ground up. So when it comes to expenses in season 2, I don't think people need to be worried quite as much as they are currently. I feel like season 2 is going to feel very much like season 1. The only worry I personally have is I really do hope that they stick with 13 episodes and they don't go for the usual 23 episodes. And I mean, even if they wanted to change it to 16 episodes like Black Lightning does, and Legends of Tomorrow as well, I wouldn't mind that. I just hope they don't try to go for the full-on 23 episodes, because I feel like when it comes to that, you end up getting the really boring filler episodes that just no one really cares about, and that's where you start to lose your audience a lot of times. So I hope that for Stargirl's sake, they keep the episodes, at a very minimum of 16. But at the same time, it is cool to know that the budget isn't really a concern when it comes to Jeff Johns and what he wants to do with season 2. He's still writing it as if it was a DC Universe show, and I think it's going to turn out just great as well. So those are just my thoughts, though. However, when it comes to the Stargirl panel, again, I'm sorry I couldn't get into too much detail, but that's also mostly because there really wasn't that much detail that we heard about when this panel came out. But let me know your guys' thoughts on the panel in the comments below, and definitely hit that like button, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. But guys, above all, just remember to keep it A+.